I rise today to just brief the chamber on a constituent I have up in the UP, and I want people to know what he's suffering under, maybe is the right word to use. Roy Hinkson he's in his 70s. He's getting to become an elderly man. He has enjoyed the Great North for many, many years. His family has enjoyed the Great North for many years. In fact, 3 generations have enjoyed a place that they call heaven in the Hiawatha Forest. They own a camp in the Hiawatha Forest that's been passed down generationally, and he's the 3rd generation. I bring it up to make you aware of the fact what Roy is dealing with today. Today he's dealing with a Forest Service that has cited him. I actually have 2 tickets here that he was cited for building on the National Forest land. That's because they've found a boundary dispute or problem, and instead of correcting the boundary problem, they've chosen to cite him and have actually told him he needs to tear the camp down at his expense, and he needs to restore the area. I've been out to his camp. It's a jack pine area. It's sandy, so if he were to tear it down and restore it, nature itself would grow it all back, and it would be jack pine mainly in that area. But no, they're going to make him put all kinds of things in there that are expensive and ridiculous. I bring it to your attention because Roy Hinkson is just an average citizen. He doesn't have a big bankroll. He can't take on the federal government with a bunch of lawyers and fight back. You might say he's helpless, and he doesn't know what to do. A little bit about Roy that I found out, talking to his family and his friends and his neighbors, is a very well-respected man. He's kind of humble when you talk to him. He's also a Vietnam veteran who has a Purple Heart. He served this country honorably. He's been shot, I was told 12 times, while he served us honorably. And now he's watching his federal government take away his family dream that he can't pass on to his children if they persist. I would challenge folks to take a look at the Hiawatha Forest, look at a plat book, and find Roy Hinkson and his property, and what you're going to find is a pretty unique situation. It's very green, which is Forest Service land, contiguous, and there's this little white dot in the middle of that big green spot. And in that big green spot is Roy Hinkston's property. I would submit to you the issue isn't about the border or the boundaries, because that can be fixed easy. Just shift the boundary over, the north boundary or the south boundary go north, the north boundary go farther north, and you solve the problem. The problem, I think, that's occurring is the Forest Service and those running it would like to see that white dot out of there, and they would like to see it all contiguous for the Forest Service. Now, his attorneys, discussing this with the Forest Service attorneys in front of a judge, were told by the Forest Service that the reason they have to do this is because we, the people, want to use that land. Well, when you look at how big the forest is and you look at that little white dot, pretty hypocritical. In fact, it even gets worse. The supervisor of the Forest Service has proposed closing roughly 63 miles of access routes, trails into the Hiawatha, closing them off, burning them up. I would challenge my colleagues, does that sound to you like a department that's concerned about we the people going out and enjoying the great outdoors? Or does that sound to you like a department that's interested in burning, closing, and gating and preserving land for us not to go out and enjoy? This is absurd what's happening. I have the 2 tickets in my hand because the Forest Service actually requires that you put down your Social Security number. So Roy Hinkson put his Social Security down, he complied, and a reporter up in the Marquette area FOIA'd these tickets and put them out publicly. So now, not only is he being under siege by the federal government, now his Social Security number is out for the whole world to see. Roy Hinkson needs people to stand up for him. He's alone. I, for one, am going to, and I'm asking my colleagues to consider anything they could do to help. Thank you, Madam President.